and the sense of no longer being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. And yeah, we've talked a little bit about suicide, and it's always a big topic, and we deal with a lot of people that come to us, with those thoughts in their head, and reach out to the community, and are able to at least find somebody they can talk to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because obviously, to me, when I think about this, and there's a number of other scenarios in my mind, I like suicide on some level is a strategy that will work to address this very specific thing. It's just the costs of that are just so great that it needs to be like, yeah. So in my mind, it's like being able to get to a place. Sorry. Talking to someone really helps, because a lot of the times it's the talking to someone and getting care that can help sort of contextualize how great that cost is, and sort of help sort of soften the decision making of like moving towards that as your option.
Right.
But yet then add in this complexity of like, unless you've had a cluster headache, you don't understand. Then even talking to somebody who is like suicide prevention, skilled in mental health, and so on and so forth, would only get a person with cluster headaches so far, I assume. And being able, again, to reach out into a community of people that like you're not alone, like they get it. And when they give you the encouragement to hang on, like that can really, my assumption, it would land much more strongly than anybody else.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And, until we got involved with talking to the people at our national suicide prevention network that the government has out there, and call this number if you're feeling suicidal. We contacted them, and they had never even heard of cluster headaches, and none of their operators were trained on how to handle somebody that had cluster headaches, and would call it that number. And at that point, I mean, if you don't understand them, these people are calling somebody that it's like, you're the 100th person I've tried to explain this to, that you don't understand what they are. And it would be talking to an operator, and who would say, oh yeah, I get migraine, they're really bad, I know what you're going through. Or, yeah, I had a really bad headache, a month ago because of this or that. And, I know what you're feeling. And that's the worst thing that they can hear. It's like, no, at least admit you don't understand what I'm going through. So we helped them build a training module for their operators, so that at least they didn't say the wrong things when these people were calling in, because finding somebody that knows what it is that you're trying to explain to them is a huge deal for people in our community.
Mm-hmm. And with that said, like, kudos to those people who are doing that work. Like, unfortunately, they might accidentally be causing harm out of ignorance because of a lack of training. But like, it makes sense. Okay, like, relate with the person on the call, help them feel seen, help them feel connected. And it's nice to know that there have been protocols put in place to make it so that their good intentions and in other circumstances, effective engagement doesn't accidentally cause more harm.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal for us as a community to help them make those changes. So it was some of the good work that our advocates have done.
Mm-hmm.